Black Ops 7 dropped and the first week already showed something nobody expected. SteamDB had the launch peak hovering in the mid 80,000s, which is unbelievably low for a Call of Duty game. A game that usually dominates the platform couldn't even pass the games it should be destroying without effort. And when that number spread across the community, people instantly realized something wasn't right with this release. Even before touching the game, people were like second guessing this game. And then the refund started. Steam pages filled up with negative reviews and screenshots of refund confirmations, and it spread so fast that other studios started to talk about it. For a franchise that normally prints money without trying, this was a wake-up moment. Nobody expected a brand as big as Call of Duty to be the one people were walking away from, but you can tell the damage was already done. The crazy part is how fast Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders took over Black Ops 7 on Steam. Two games that cost less to make and don't have the same history were pulling higher numbers with ease. Arc Raiders even pushed past 300,000 players, while Black Ops 7 struggled to hold half of its usual attention. Seeing Call of Duty lose that ground this early is wild, and it makes Activision look like they learned nothing from the last few years. The player count was one thing, but the reviews made it worse. Steam had Black Ops 7 sitting around a 44% approval rating, which is almost unheard of for this kind of franchise. People weren't just disappointed, they were done. When players feel like they got scammed, they don't argue about it, they refund the game and move on. And what really annoyed people was how much the content felt rushed or recycled. Players pointed out reused animations, reused intro scenes, reused voice lines, and even AI generated work. For a $70 premium title backed by Microsoft money, that shouldn't be happening at all. Call of Duty isn't some indie studio trying to survive. They have the resources to do better and they choose not to. Hey, even Arc Raiders got torn apart by Eurogamer for using AI lines. Yet when Black Ops 7 did the same thing, critics were settling quieter. That double standard had a community calling out gaming media for protecting Activision. People felt the reviews were holding back and the backlash started growing even harder. Meanwhile, the campaign became a meme overnight. Players compared the final boss to the discount Galactus encounter from Fortnite with none of the excitement though. People clipped it and shared it everywhere because how strange it is connected it looked. And that moment alone pushed a lot of players to refund. It didn't feel like the same Call of Duty that built the Black Ops legacy. Add in the fact that QA testers were laid off right before release, which GamesRadar reported earlier this year. The people who are supposed to catch issues before the game launches wasn't even in the building anymore. It explains the bugs, it explains the broken missions, it explains why the entire games feel like they need another year in development. The future of Call of Duty being tied so heavily to Warzone doesn't help either. Every gun, every attachment, every tuning system is designed around a free-to-play mode, so that $70 campaign just feels like an afterthought now. Players can sense that shift and they aren't sticking around for it. A lot of players say they're tired of buying a new game every year just to keep up with Warzone meta. It's a cycle that forces people to open their wallet even if the main game isn't worth it, and Call of Duty knows this. That's the part that frustrates the community the most. They feel like the product is being built around profit instead of passion. Hey, and even with all the problems, the franchise will still sell. Maybe not the same level as Black Ops 6, but enough to keep the same pattern going so people fully check out. The casual audience will always carry the numbers, but the core crowd is slipping away fast. Meanwhile, Arc Raiders is still sitting high on Steam charts even a week after Call of Duty launch. That alone should terrify Activision, because if Call of Duty can't beat a cheaper competitor during launch week, then something deeper is broken. It's not just a content issue, it's the direction of the franchise. Counter-Strike being number 1 is no surprise, but Black Ops 7 not being able to secure the second spot is embarrassing. Especially with how much marketing was pushed on this release, millions spent and barely any player retention, that speaks louder than any review. You know, console numbers might say total sales, sure. Sony even reported the game's doing well on PS5, but the PC charts always show the true interest level of the hardcore crowd. Steam is the pulse, and that pulse is weak right now. People aren't mad because Call of Duty is bad. They're mad because the potential is being wasted every year. And the more the franchise leans on AI, outsource assets, and reuse material, the more obvious the shortcuts become. We aren't blind. We know when the studio didn't try. Players just want Call of Duty to be better. They want competition that forces Activision to stop cutting corners. Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders doing well might be exactly what pushes that change, and honestly the franchise needs that pressure. It can't keep coasting. I mean, this isn't the end for Call of Duty, but it's a warning. If the biggest shooter in the world can drop this far, then anything can happen next year. And Activision should be paying attention because players aren't just talking anymore. They're refunding, they're walking away, and they're making it clear that $70 isn't guaranteed revenue anymore. And if Activision wants that loyalty back, they need to earn it again. And Black Ops 7 is shows exactly why. I just think they should have had more time prepping this game, more time planning out what direction they want to go, instead of just copy and pasting, literally copy and pasting the same game for $70. $70 isn't cheap at all. Most people aren't making a lot of money. So paying $70 for a game that's the same exact as the last Black Ops and the one before that, and so on and so on and so on, reusable maps, reusable guns, reused everything, I don't think that was a good idea. But let me know what you guys think about this. Did you guys refund it? I won't even blame you if you did refund it at all. Like, this Call of Duty is actually terrible. Like I said, if you're on Battlefield or Arc Raiders having fun, just stay there until Call of Duty like locks in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. It's your boy Memories, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.